Hey guys, so today we're doing equations of lines in point-slope form. Alright, so first of all, how many pieces of information do we need to find a line? We need two. We either need 2 points, right? 2 points. There's only one line that'll go through those 2 points. Or we need a point and a direction. And there's only one line that'll go through that point. Alright, so that's basically what this is. We have 1 point and a direction, our slope. So 2 points or 1 point and direction, which is really our slope. So these are just coordinates. So that's in our y coordinate, and this is our x coordinate, and then this is the slope. So this is really the easiest linear equation form to use. Alright, so this is our go-to form whenever we're given information and we want to find the equation of a line. So let's do it a couple times. So get some practice rewriting it. Go ahead, rewrite it. There we go. Now we have the slope, so that goes here, and then our coordinates. So it's y minus the y coordinate equals the slope times x minus the x coordinate. There we go. That's it. Alright, and just be careful that, see how this is the x first and the y, the x is on the left. Don't put the 2 on the left and the 1 on the right just because of their spacing. X goes with the x coordinate, y goes with the y coordinate. Alright, second example. Y minus the y coordinate equals the slope times x minus the x coordinate. So the y coordinate is 2, the slope is 5/6, and the x coordinate is a -7. So minus a negative, we clean it up like this. Done. Alright, that's that's point-slope form. So we'll try a couple more examples. Now they didn't actually give us the slope here, so what do? Well, what we're going to do is just find the slope. So we get, remember, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Should be burned into your brains by now. So 9 minus 5 over -2 minus 2 gives us 4 over -4, which is a -1. So we have y, and it doesn't matter which point I use. I can use either one. I'm going to use this one just because they're both positive, but if I plug these coordinates into my formula or do these coordinates in my formula, they both are a legitimate equation. So y minus the y coordinate equals the slope times x minus the x coordinate, which is 2. Make sure that you use the same point. So I can't use the 2 here and then the 9 there. That would give me a wrong equation. So now we're going to try this one. 7 minus 3, no. Seven minus 1 over -4 minus 3 is 8 over -7. So we have y minus a -1, so it's going to be like a +1, equals -8/7 x minus 3. Alright, so remember this equation for the next slide. So that's using point-slope form. Now, let's say we want to get an equation in a different form. So point-slope form is still our go-to form no matter what they give us. And then what we're going to do is take the point-slope form and convert it to whatever they ask. So we want to put this in standard form. These are the same 2 points from the previous slide. These two. So same equation from the same 2 points. Now we're going to put it in standard form. So first thing we do is deal with this fraction here. Since the denominator is a 7, I'm going to multiply the left and right by 7. Alright, so these 7's cancel, and then I distribute this. So I get 7y plus 7 equals -8, because that reduced, times x minus 3. Distribute this. Minus times a minus is a positive. And now for standard form, you recall, you have your x and y on one side and the numbers on the other. You have to have all integers. So I'm going to add my x to my 8x to both sides. I'm going to subtract that 7 off of both sides. That way I've just got x's and y's on the left, and I've got 24 minus 7 is 17 on the right. So there is standard form of the same equation. So this red, this green, and what we end up with the blue are all going to be the same equation, just represented different ways. So we want slope-intercept form. That means we have to isolate y. So I certainly have to subtract 1 first. And in this step, I'm also going to distribute the... why is that what erased? I'm going to distribute the negative 8 sevenths. So I have y equals, distribute this, negative 8 sevenths x. Negative times negative is a positive 24 over 7. I still got that minus 1 there. Alright, so minus 1 is the same as minus 7 over 7, so we have a common denominator. We have y equals negative 8 sevenths x plus 17 over 7. Woo! Alright, so standard form, point slope-intercept form, and then point-slope form was what we started with there. Whoa, that is one confused little serpent. Alright, so let's do a couple more. Write the equation for the given information. So we got 2 points. I do my slope thing, and I get 5 minus 5 over negative 3 minus 2, which gives me 0 over negative 5. That's equal to 0. 0 divided by anything is 0. When you have a slope of 0, what kind of line is that? Very good. It's a horizontal line. So horizontal lines have what kind of equation? Very good. Y equals. So what is the y coordinate for all the points on our line? We have 2, 5. We have negative 3, 5. Y is 5 for all our y coordinates. So this is our equation here. Alright, so this is going to be the same but different. So we do 7 minus minus 3 over negative 4 minus minus 4 gives us 10 over 0. Alright, that's undefined. You can't divide by 0. So when it's undefined, what is an undefined slope? What kind of line is that? Great, it's a vertical line. So an equation of a vertical line has what? Looks like what? Awesome, it's an x equals equation, and x is negative 4 for all our points. There's the equation of that line. Simple. Here, what's the slope? Well, I can just count the boxes. Look, I know it goes to this point, I know it goes to this point. So up 3 over 3. So positive 3 over 3 is a slope of 1. Or you could have just noticed it went from this point to that. Doesn't matter which ones you pick, you're always going to have the same slope for the same line. So slope is 1, and they give us this point here. We're sure that's on it, so we just do y minus the y coordinate equals the slope times x minus the x coordinate. Piece of cake. And you just leave it like this unless the equation asks for it in a different form. Alright, so if it doesn't ask for it in a different form, just leave it in point slope form. Alright, so what's the slope of this line? It runs something, so we're talking about our change in y over change in x. Its change in y is something, our change in x is something, its change in y is 0. 0 divided by something is 0. Or you recall that a horizontal line has a slope of 0. And all the y coordinates are 2, so this is a y equals 2. Alright, good job guys. Here is your U-try. So you feel free to go back and watch any part of this video you needed. Write any of your questions down in the margin so you don't forget to ask them in class. And good luck. See you next class. Now that is what I'm talking about. We need to get some of these.